just as I was starting to wonder if we'd missed her because she was so small, she finally appeared. Or more precisely, I saw a giant travel suitcase rolling all by itself away from the gate. I think you should probably... I don't know how to say it. Put a little more effort into your appearance, maybe?
Oh, wait! This is bad! We haven't put it away!
Huh? Oh yeah, the time leap machine, right? How's it going, everybody? HoodlaMutt here, back with some more Steins Gate 0. And last time, we got a lot of very similar stuff that we've already been through. However, with some different scenes that are that we didn't get the first time around. They're being kind of like introduced throughout stuff that we have already seen, which I'm guessing is why they won't let me skip even stuff that I've already seen, because it's kind of like woven into the stuff that I've already seen. So really, as far as new information goes, we were able to talk to Amadeus through @channel and kind of had some banter with her. Which I don't think happened the first time. I think the first time when Okabe checked to see if the account was still active, Kurigohan and Kamehameha, it was not active after the real credits had died. The only other like big info that's new that we found out, which is the most pertinent to the situation or whatever, is that Maho is helping Daru and Suzuha create a time leap machine. So that's cool. Yeah, and they're doing it behind Okabe's back. So that was not information we had the first time around. So now we're back at the shower scene with Suzuha, where she's about ready to have a tussle. And so I guess we'll see if anything new happens here. So let's just get into it, I guess. Okay, so that was all the same. When July came, the sun shone down even harder on eastern Japan. Summer was truly here. The news had been saying for days that the heat island effect might make this the hottest summer in years. And then, on the first Sunday in July, the arrivals lobby at the international terminal of Narita Airport was filled with foreigners and Japanese passengers returning home.
Look at all these people. I think there's more now than there were a minute ago.
I didn't expect the airport to be this busy on a Sunday, Nia. Don't miss her, Mayuri, Faris. You know how tiny she is. Is this new? I don't remember them all being there to greet her. Interesting. The three of us were waiting for someone here. Okay. What's the Rhine message? Sorry, I can't go today. It's fine, no problem. You had something to do. It's alright. Having a lot of people around would just bother Hiajo. Yeah, no. It's fine, no problem. We'll say that one. Really? Huh? Why? No, please tell Maho I said hello. Sure, got it. Please and thank you. We'd been there almost an hour. Oh, Karin, I'm going to have to tell her Mew said that. Please don't. It was just a joke.
There's no sign of her, though.
Maybe it was a mistake to try and surprise her by meeting her at the airport, Nia. We should have at least asked what time she was arriving. We hadn't told her that we were coming to greet her. And so all we knew was that she was arriving at Narita on an afternoon flight. If I'd known we were going to have to wait so long, I would have tried to get the arrival time out of her. There was a stream of passengers flowing by us, but no sign of the person we were waiting for. just as I was starting to wonder if we'd missed her because she was so small, she finally appeared. Or more precisely, I saw a giant travel suitcase rolling all by itself away from the gate. And from behind it, I heard a voice I recognized.
Jeez! I did not fake my passport! What is wrong with people? Every single time, no matter what country I go to, they always have to check it and it always takes forever!
I walked up to the suitcase and gave it a pat. Hiajo.
Huh?
Maho seemed to be leaning forward and pushing the suitcase as hard as she could. Her mouth hung open when she saw me.
What?
It's been a while. Glad you were able to make it past customs.
You?
Aw, yeah, she's flustered now. Yeah, I don't remember this. I think this is new. You look really pale. You okay?
Of course I'm okay. Wait, never mind that. What are you doing here?
You told me you were arriving this afternoon, right? So I decided to come surprise you.
You did? That's... Thanks.
For some reason, her voice became really weird the moment she saw me. Was my being here really that much of a surprise?
But you know, I told you I can get to Akihabara Station on my own, and to meet me there.
Aw, come on. You've come all this way, so it's the least I could do. Also, I'm not sure you can really get to Akihabara on your own.
How rude. I'm not that helpless.
Mayuri and Faris came up as well.
Maho! Tuturu! Huh? Tuturu! Maho-nyan! I missed you!
As Mayuri grabbed Maho's hand, Faris walked up and gave her a big hug.
Mayuri, Faris, it's good to see you. You came all this way to welcome me? Thank you. By the way, can you not yell Maho-nyan at the top of your lungs in a place like this? Why not? It's cute! Look around. Everybody's laughing, right? It's embarrassing. Meow? Is it meow?
Faris really sticks out after all. While we'd been waiting here, all the foreigners had been pointing at her and yelling, "Cat ears! Cat ears!" Some had even asked for pictures. Okay, that sounds pretty accurate. I could totally see that happening. Oh my gosh. I suppose it's not like normal though, right? Like, you don't just usually have that, but... that's funny. Hiajo, I'll take your luggage.
Oh, thanks.
Still, this was a really sudden trip, wasn't it? It was only a few days ago that I'd found out she was coming. Are you here to help Dr. Leskinen again?
Oh, well...
Maho was fidgeting and glancing up at me.
Are you still talking to Dr. Leskinen very often?
Yeah. He's still over here doing his research, right? Sometimes he even invites me out to dinner. It's a big honor.
I see.
She dodged the question.
That's bad.
Bad? Why?
Oh, nothing. Nothing you have to worry about.
She really was acting weird. She wasn't like this when I saw her last winter. Was she tired from her trip? Or was seeing us here that much of a surprise?
I'm not here to help the professor this time. I'm visiting some relatives in Okinawa. But since I'm here anyway, I decided to drop by Akihabara first.
I see. Okinawa, huh? For a moment, the name of that place brought back visions of that nightmarish time. After I collapsed on Christmas, I was sent to another world line where I'd spent a month fleeing to Okinawa.
Okinawa? That sounds so nice. I'd love to go there. You didn't go there on your school trip, Nya? We went to Hokkaido. I went to Hawaii, Nya. Wow, a foreign country. Aloha!
Putting aside the girls and their talk of school trips, so, Hiajo, you're not staying in Tokyo that long?
Huh? Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be. You're right. Do you have a hotel in Akihabara, Nya? Not yet. I'm going to look for a cheap business hotel. Then come stay at my place. You can use the same room you used before, Nyan. What? But I really couldn't. Aw, don't worry me about it. I'm always happy to have you, Nyan. But I really couldn't. Then how about this, Nya? You can stay for free, but in exchange, you have to do just a little bit of work at my cafe, Nya. Your cafe?
Oh, no.
May Queen Nyan Nyan, right? You can't mean the place where they wear the cat ears. That's right, Nya! All my cat-eared maids are busy with Kamema preparations right now, Nya. They come to me crying and asking for time off, Nya. In other words, there's a serious shortage of cat-eared maids, Nya. That's right, Nya. So how about it, Maho Nyan? How about it, Nyan? I refuse. What? Why not? Why? You know why. I wouldn't look good in those things. You sure would. Mayushi's sure you'd look great. No objections, Nya. Okarin, you think so too, right, Nyan?
Oh no, don't get him involved. Yeah, I'm sure she'd get plenty of fans.
Fans? I don't like being flattered.
I'm not flattering you, though.
Then you need to go to an optometrist to get your eyes checked. Nya? She's turned all red. I did not. I think Maho Nyan needs you to realize how attractive she is, Nya. Yep. If Mayushi was a boy, she'd be in love. I'm telling you, that's not true.
I think you should probably, I don't know how to say it, put a little more effort into your appearance, maybe? Oh, okay, that's a little harsh. My guy, I mean, I guess that was a better way to say it than what you could have said, but I mean, I don't know, maybe in private instead of in front of other people. If you did, I'm sure you'd look more... I was trying my best to sound encouraging, but just ended up sounding like a real jerk. Of course, she was annoyed.
I'm fine as I am. My job as a scientist is my first priority. But, what if you find a guy you like, Nia? You won't be able to show him how you feel, Nia. I'm fine. I don't think it'll ever happen, so it doesn't worry me.
She gave a sigh that was a little too deliberate.
I'm sorry. The jet lag and the trip have got me a little tired. I know the feeling, Nia. Jet lag is rough, Neon. I've got a limo ready, so you can catnap on the way, Nia. A limo?
Bodice had rented a white limo to pick up Maho. Sheesh, she really did go overboard. But thanks to that, Mayuri and I were able to enjoy its big comfy seats on the way to Narita Airport.
You can rest on my lap if you want, Nia. Or would you rather rest on Mayushi's lap, Nia? Mayushi's okay with that. I'm fine. I'm not a kid.
But I can tell you're really tired, though. Are you that busy with work?
Well, I've got 2 projects going on.
2 projects? You're working on something besides Amadeus? She quickly put her hand over her mouth.
Well, it's classified information.
I see. Sorry about that. It was true that American University Labs had a lot of stuff like that going on there. I'd heard there were a lot of industrial spies. If she wasn't careful about what she said, she might get fired, or worse. It was a mistake on my part to even ask.
Come to think of it, where's Hashida today?
He's doing the most important job of his life right now.
The most important job of his life? Dadu's on a date right now.
Okay, cool. Maho's shock was almost comical.
I must really be tired. I'm hearing things.
Oh, no. No, I can understand why you'd feel that way, but...
He really is on a date. What? I can't believe it. You're kidding me. That pervert?
Even Maho was calling him a pervert, as she should. Dadu had said he was talking to Maho a lot too, and I could just imagine what their conversations were like. But actually, if Dadu didn't do his best today, it would ruin the world's entire chain of causality. In that sense, Dadu's date today was an event with universe-spanning implications. About half the seats at Go-Go Kuri were full. It was Sunday, but it was also after 2 p.m., and so the lunchtime rush was over. Suzuha was sitting at the restaurant's far edge, a baseball cap pulled down over her face. She was hiding her face with the cap and carefully watching a couple sitting nearby. Here you are, your Major Curry. A cheerful employee put down 2 giant silver plates, or trays more accurately, in front of them. Suzuha could see the other customers looking at them and whispering. The couple really stood out after all. The man was a giant who looked like he had ate major curry all the time, but the woman was slim, pretty, and looked very kind. The combination of huge man and slim woman was as unbalanced as the combination of pretty girl and major curry. The major curry was big. It was huge. Suzuha knew from experience. The massive silver trays were loaded with rice and curry, and topped with 2 fried cutlets, fried shrimp, sausage, a boiled egg, and a mountain of cabbage. There was 2 or 3 times as much curry as you'd find in a normal dish, and the toppings were just as big. Even a growing young boy would find it hard to eat them all. Suzuha was irritated.
Why are you ordering major curry on your first date with her dad?
The Beauty and the Beast couple that Suzuha was watching, of course, was Iteru and Yuki. In the morning, they'd gone to see a movie in Yurakucho, then they'd come to Akihabara, and gone straight to Go-Go Curry. Suzuha had followed them the whole time. That's why she couldn't believe Iteru's choice of date spots.
I don't mind Go-Go Curry at all. In fact, I like it, but this is your first date. There are other places you could have gone.
She clutched her spoon tight and gritted her teeth. Suzuha knew next to nothing about Japanese youth culture in 2011, and even she knew it was a bad idea. Who knew what was going through Yuki's mind? Or so Suzuha thought. But
wow! It's even more amazing than the pictures.
surprisingly, Yuki was ignoring the people around her, and innocently enjoying the huge curry. Amaneshi, if you can't eat it all, I'll finish it for you, okay?
Okay, thank you. But I'm actually pretty good at this.
Yeah? That's a surprise.
I actually would always just come and look at the menu outside. I always wanted to try this. I'm glad you brought me here.
I'm glad to hear that.
Huh?
Suzuha had evidently worried over nothing, but still she realized that Iteru was acting strangely. Ever since he'd come out of the movie theater, he was walking and talking strangely. Instead of his usual hunched posture, he was forcing himself to stand up straight. His every movement seemed oddly forced, as if he were a broken robot. And he'd downed glass after glass of water.
Oh, I'm sorry. May I have some more water too?
Huh? Oh, sure. Sure.
Thank you.
Iteru poured water into Yuki's cup. Suzuha had a bad feeling. And she was right. Iteru was moving so awkwardly that he almost spilled water on her hand.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
My hand just got a little wet. Anyway, let's eat before it gets cold, okay?
Yuki quickly wiped down the table with her handkerchief and grabbed her fork and spoon. There were stars in her eyes.
Okay, let's eat.
Let's eat. Yuki seemed to be really enjoying her meal, but Iteru was very formal and quiet. He was taking little nibbles out of a piece of fried cutlet, like a squirrel eating a nut. The whole time, they weren't saying a word.
What are you doing, Dad? Mom's not going to want to be around you if you're like that.
She decided to send him a message on Rhine telling him to get his act together, and she had just taken out her phone when... Here's your major curry, with extra roe! A huge plate was laid on the table in front of her. The other customers started murmuring again. Come to think of it, when she'd followed them into the store, she'd ordered her usual major curry with extra roe, and then forgotten about it. Now everybody was going to focus on her. In a small shop like this, it was suicide.
Huh?
Just as she expected, her eyes met Yuki's.
Suzuha! I didn't realize you were here. Oh, yeah, what a coincidence seeing you here, Yuki. Brother. You should have said something. No, I didn't even notice you. Really.
She realized that she should probably leave, but she couldn't go without at least taking a bite of the major curry in front of her. Her experiences in the war had left her completely unable to waste food. She felt Yuki and Itaru staring at her as she reluctantly picked up her spoon.
Anyway, yeah. You two enjoy yourselves.
Her only choice was to finish her extra-large curry as soon as possible. She couldn't let herself be in the way. But instead, Yuki came over and picked up Suzuha's plate.
Huh? Excuse me. Can my friend sit with us?
Sure, go ahead.
He says it's okay. Let's all eat together. Wait! Why? Why? Because you ordered major curry too. I think we need to have a race. Huh? Hashira can be the judge.
And before Suzuha could respond, Yuki had moved her plate over to their table.
No, wait!
She had no choice but to follow, but before she sat down, she whispered in Yuki's ear.
You're on a date, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm on a date. It makes me blush when I say it out loud.
Itaru didn't react at all, even though she was sure he'd overheard that.
I've never been on a date, so I don't know how they work, but... Is it normal to have a curry speed eating contest with another girl in the middle of a date? I don't really know. But you see it a lot in anime and manga, don't you? A little sister who doesn't want to lose her big brother runs up to the girlfriend and says, "Let's have a competition."
For some reason, Yuki seemed incredibly enthused. Suzuha was overwhelmed by her energy.
I don't know anything about that. Is that how it works, brother?
But even when she turned to Itaru for help, he just awkwardly sat there, eating his curry like a robot.
Brother?
He awkwardly turned his head to face her. The rest of him stayed completely still. Did you say something?
What's wrong? You're acting weird.
I am not acting weird. I am not acting weird at all.
Huh?
Suzuha glanced back at Yuki. And for the first time, Yuki looked concerned. In the end, Yuki and Suzuha did have their curry-eating contest, and surprisingly, both of them completely finished their meals. Suzuha won by a very small margin, but the battle was exciting enough that not only the other customers, but the staff as well were applauding at the end. But the whole time Itaru kept eating by himself. Since this wasn't even a conversation, let alone a date, she sent Itaru home alone. Part of her wanted to demand Itaru explain himself right now, but she decided to talk to Yuki instead. She tried her best to avoid Yuki so far, in order to keep her identity a secret, but it was July now. She would be gone from this era very soon. This might be her last chance to talk to Yuki at all.
Phew. I'm so glad you were there.
Yuki sighed a little after Itaru left.
Maybe I did something to offend him. Hashida doesn't seem to enjoy being around me.
You don't think he was just nervous?
But he was having fun talking with me before the movie, you know? But after the movie, he started acting really strange. Did I do something wrong? I asked him to take me to the curry place, but since he was acting like that the whole time, I wasn't really sure what to do. And so since you happened to be there, I turned to you for help.
What had happened inside of the theater? Suzuha hadn't followed them inside. She'd spent about 2 hours killing time outside.
Hey. Why do you like my brother?
Huh? Huh?
I mean, maybe I shouldn't say this, but he's not exactly a lady killer.
What do you think about your brother?
Me?
Do you like him? Hate him? You like him, right? I can tell by watching you.
Well, sure.
There were parts of him that she didn't like. Yeah, there's a lot of parts that I don't like too. But of course, she loved her dad.
Wait, why are we talking about me? So, what about you?
I still don't really know if I like him or not.
I see.
Not only had Itaru not told Yuki he liked her, this was still their first date, and they hadn't spoken that much before either. She hadn't even reached the point where she saw him as a member of the opposite sex. For almost a year, Suzuha had been staying with him, and she, Mayuri, and Faris had done everything they could to get the two of them together. But there hadn't been any real progress. Suzuha felt uneasy when she thought about the future. Maybe her dad wouldn't be her dad anymore. Maybe her mom wouldn't be her mom anymore. Dad and mom wouldn't be together. She imagined that future.
I don't want that.
She looked straight into Yuki's eyes.
I'm going to be leaving soon.
What?
I'm moving someplace far away.
Really?
I don't think I'll be back. And I'm worried about Dad. I mean, my brother. So, Yuki, I know this is a weird thing for me to ask.
And then she bowed deeply.
Please take care of Iteru Hashira. Eh?
There was no answer from Yuki. Suzuha looked up, afraid, and tried to gauge the expression on her face. She looked kind of lonely and kind of sad.
I don't know what I want to do.
Yuki whispered, and then Suzuha.
Oh, jeez! What are we going to do? Everything's almost finished, even though it's never even started.
As soon as she got back to the lab, she yelled at her useless father. Whoa, Suzuha! I'm sorry! The Hishida family is doomed!
Stop sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. It's not funny. Start by explaining why you were acting that way today. You looked so excited when you left this morning. And Mom said that you were normal until halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
So what the heck happened?
Well, you see... Listen to this! You know how movie theater seats are cramped, right? So I tried to sit as far to the edge as I could so I wouldn't get in Amaneshi's way. And then I heard this crack, and the seat almost broke.
What?
And then I tried to support myself, so I grabbed the armrest. But... It wasn't the armrest. It was Amaneshi's, hand.
Yeah? Mom didn't say anything about that.
I'm telling the truth. It was so soft, it couldn't have been an armrest. It was a girl's hand. It had to have been.
I see.
But you see, I've held a lot of 2D girls' hands, but never a real girl's.
And? What happened then?
Amaneshi's so nice. I guess she didn't try to shake it off because she didn't want to hurt me. But you know how fat I am, right? I sweat a lot. She must have gotten soaked, but she didn't say a word. And so I really started to think about that.
Oh, I see. That's why you were acting so weird.
I'm sure in her mind, Amaneshi was going, "Get off me, you creepy loser pervert."
Mom's not like that.
In fact, from the way she was acting, she probably thought she'd upset him somehow. The problem was what she'd said.
I don't know what I want to do.
What did she mean by that?
I don't know what Mom's thinking.
Suzuha, let's give up on Mom and you can live with me.
You're not making any sense. How am I even supposed to be born?
But it's impossible!
How come you're not even trying? Even if things look bad, you have to keep going.
She grabbed her father by the collar and shook him.
If you don't...
She remembered how sad Yuki had looked when they'd said goodbye.
Otherwise, something awful will happen.
Yeah, and then she heard a car park in front of the lab.
We're here, Nia!
She recognized the voice coming from below the open window. Oh, is this new? I don't remember this. Okay. Oh? Is that Badistan's voice? Suzuha let go of Iteru's collar and moved over to the window. Below, she saw a group of people she knew. Oh, hey! Rintaro Okabe, Mayuri Shina, Fares Nyanyan, and Maho Hyajo, too. Okay, everybody's reconvening.
Hyajo's here already? But why is she here with Uncle Okarin?
And then she gave a start and turned back towards the room.
Wait! This is bad! We haven't put it away!
Huh? Oh yeah, the time leap machine, right? Suzuha pointed towards the desk in the development room, where the phone wave named Subject to Change, Unit 02, was sitting. Oh! Crap! Crap! Hide it!
Okie dokie.
If nothing else, this meant that Maho Hyajo was coming to the Future Gadget Lab. Suzuha hoped that this meant the work on the phone wave would get back on track.